We want to take you now to an interview that the killer's father, the Orlando killer's father, Seddique Mateen, just gave to news reporters. We're going to play it for you in its raw, unedited version.
Can you guys move up a little bit back there? Is there enough room for you guys? Oh, right here. Oh, thank you, I appreciate it. I want to thank you all waiting here, and I appreciate it. And we are going through a tough time as a family, as a country. We are in shock, a state of shock, and it's very hard for us. Especially, my heart goes for those people. 50 people, they lost their loved one, and the other 52 they got injured. My apologies, but in the past few days I was kind of shocked, and I wasn't thinking about it this morning. I was thinking about it, why this happened. Why this happened and why it happened here in home. The only answer that I was able to find, that the 50 people, those are like family to me, and my son got victim of the terrorism, international terrorism, and the other 52 people got injured because of terrorism. Why? Why I draw this conclusion? I draw the conclusion because when I heard from the news that my son endorsed the ISIS. ISIS is the most dangerous terrorist group on the face of the earth. This ISIS group should be destroyed. My suggestion to the whole nation is that the parents should pay attention to their kids. Today my son, tomorrow your son. They shouldn't let the youngster to fall on their theory, which is killing, and especially the vulnerable, emotional youngster. So, regretfully, I will say, if there wasn't a terrorist group like ISIS, I would have had my son today, and you respected families, you would have had your loved one, and nobody would have been injured. So we, as a nation, we mourn the effect of terrorism today. And terrorism affects our life anywhere we go. And my suggestion to the nation, especially to President Obama, US Congress, NATO, that they shouldn't allow the terrorism regime or government to breathe. Because not only we lose our loved one, it affects our daily life, and we are running deep and deeper in debt, fighting terrorism. So the best thing to do as a collectively, and it's the job of the Congress, that they should eliminate and should find a solution to get rid of this ISIS idea, the killer group. The killer group. That's my solution that I found. So I just want to repeat to the whole nation my apologies, but I did my job to send him to school, my son, to send him to college, get him the job. He had a steady job for the past 7 years, but unfortunately, I wasn't aware of that he went under, what I learned from the media, under the effect of this horrible, terrible killer group of ISIS. I don't know who created the ISIS, but that's a bad news for humanity. First. Second, when anyone opens up a business, I'm not aware of the situation of this club, they should have enough security. When 300 or 400 people comes to the business, they should have a good security. The life of 400 people depends on that business. So it's easy for them to make money, but they don't want to spend. Maybe they had some kind of sloppy security. That's another suggestion. So I request from the nation that if anyone wants to open up a social club, they should have a tight security, 24-hour armed guard security. If they had a good security, tight security, they would have eliminated my son. That would have been good. We wouldn't have this this nightmare and these losses for the families. So I don't want to say this. You know, in the United States, when your son or your daughter is 18, they're on their own. You can do as a parent, as a father, so much, and you cannot do anything after that. So you have your own life. But if I did see anything wrong with him, I would have reported it to the law enforcement immediately. So it is very unfortunate I wasn't able to catch him, and he did everything on his own. None of my family are involved in this. So that I want to say that again and again, those terrorist groups, terrorist countries, that they gave the breathing room to the terrorism, those countries should be affected. And especially, I am from Afghanistan, but I live here long enough. My people, they get affected by terrorist group of Al-Qaeda, Taliban, now ISIS, on the 24 bases. In one accident, 40 people. The next accident, 200 people. They bring the most strongest explosive, and they want to kill the civilian. They killed 3,000 American soldiers in Afghanistan, injured and disabled 20,000 American soldiers. And I thank President Bush and President Obama by getting rid of Taliban. And still we have the Taliban effect. Who is supporting Taliban? This terrorist group, Al-Qaeda or ISIS. I love the people of Pakistan, but it's coming from intelligence service of Pakistan, which I started working 10 years ago to eliminate the Durand line. And the Durand line is the breathing room of terrorists and terrorism. So I don't want to talk about politics, but I want to tell you that we all are affected by the terrorists and terrorism, or international terrorism, and the whole world, NATO, European country, Asian country, they should get together, get rid of this ISIS. And I'm sick and tired because of the ISIS. I did say that I lost my son, and 50 other family lost their loved one. We all are getting affected by this horrible terrorist group.
Can you tell us about your daughter-in-law? Where is your daughter-in-law right now? What has she been telling you?
Well, since I've been busy with you guys in the past 4 days, you guys are occupied me, and I had no family life. I had no time to sit down, and she was in a good shape, and she's not here around here.
Is she in Florida?
She's not around here right now.
Okay, and has she spoken to...
Well, we can. I can go need shopping and buying stuff, so I can do that.
You saw a woman who was cover her face.
I tell you, that's my car, and I can go do shopping and have a guest or something.
Your daughter-in-law?
So,
It was a daughter-in-law?
my daughter-in-law is the most sincere and the most wonderful lady that I ever known. She took care of the son. She had a good family life. So I can tell you that.
She helped plot the attack?
I didn't know. I wish I was aware of that, the whole thing. And I said I didn't get the opportunity to talk to anyone except you guys. I never got the chance to talk about that. So I just want to respect you guys and give us a little room that we can breathe. I was with you in the past 4 days, so there is no additional news. We all get affected. I am a victim of terrorism. I lost my son. This is the nightmare for a father or mother to lose a son and lose another 50 family members. They are my family. And the other 52 got injured. And as a family philosophy, American philosophy, we are one family helping each other. We all get affected. We all get affected. We've been living here a long time. He was born in the United States. He went to school, high school, college. So, but as a father, I got affected. As a member of this community, I got affected. As a citizen of the United States, I got affected. This would have been the last thing in the face the earth that I wouldn't seen that. But it is a horrible act, and I wish. And I wish and I hope all the youngsters shouldn't follow this horrible group of ISIS. and that's about it. And I thank you. I appreciate it, your time. Thank you so much.
Earlier, you said the first plane landed with help of the United States.
What?
You were talking about 9/11?
No, I'm saying that the U.S. government, the U.S. people are wonderful people. If there is any effect of flood, effect when, excuse me, I'm gonna answer. If any country around the world they need any kind of help, the U.S. plane lands there, help that region, and I appreciate U.S. help and U.S. People attention to Afghanistan, helping Afghanistan, rebuilding, resisting against the terrorist activities, the effect of the neighbors. Like right now, Pakistan invaded Afghanistan. We have no warplane, we have no tanks, except some Humvees, and they want to capture the whole land. And I bring this to the attention of President Obama, wonderful President of Obama, wonderful congressman, that they should pay attention to what's going on in Afghanistan. The previous politicians were corrupt, and the real help they're supposed to go to Afghanistan people, it never went. They have no job, no money, and they got affected there. So I just want their attention, and I'm a local politician, and there in Afghanistan, I try to help. And also I'm very anxious to help in this community, which I did help in this community. And this is the United States of America. Everyone should have pay attention to their kids' feeling, and their, please make sure, pay attention that they don't get affected by ISIS philosophy.
Mr. Mateen, did you know your son bought those weapons? Were you aware that?
I wish I did know. I wasn't. Anything you heard from the news, I heard. So I wasn't aware of.
What relationship did you have with your son? If
Well,
you didn't know that he bought a weapon and
Well, I had a regular relationship. He was living on his own.
Yeah.
He wasn't living here. Once in a while, he was coming to say hello, and that's about it. So he had his own life. And thank you for all. I have no energy. I kept on talking about the same subject in the past 4 days because I respect for you, and it is a national sad day for everybody, and I include myself always. And thank you so much. God bless America. God bless you all. Thank you.
One last question. Will you help your daughter-in-law fight these charges?
Well, what I tell you, if any way, shape or form, I can help. Anything happens, FBI, local law enforcement, her, you, anybody, if there is something that they need help, I will need. Thank you so much.
She's involved.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
All right, that was an unedited interview with Seddique Mateen. He's the father of the Orlando gunman, and you heard a few different things from him. He certainly denounced ISIS and said that his son was a victim of international terrorism. Didn't get into details in regards to that, but certainly we've heard that there's a good possibility that his son had been radicalized through the internet. He said that he described his daughter-in-law as a good woman. We know that the FBI has been interviewing her about what she knew and whether or not she was aware of her husband's plans. And he said this is a nightmare for any mother or father, but he's also been giving interviews over the past few days, and he said a few other things as well, right?
Yeah, he's a local politician in Afghanistan. He talked bizarrely about Pakistan being the sponsor of terrorism in Afghanistan. It almost seemed that he was sort of on a soapbox there about some of his political beliefs. There were some questions about his daughter-in-law, who is now being investigated for possibly either helping her husband in carrying out this attack, or at least being aware of the attack. Right. And that's being investigated right now. He said he had no information to provide authorities or the press with any idea, because he said he wasn't involved at all in that. So a lot there coming up from Seddique Mateen, the father of the Orlando killer.